MLP, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm doing great.
Other than football, what's item number one on your summer agenda?
Other than football, pass all my classes.
That was a very quick answer.
Well, spring semester is just about to end, so what classes are you in this semester?
I'm in global leadership, stats, and then I'm going to take in construction law next semester, too.
So you're taking 2 classes in spring. You are trying to get out of here, right?
I'm trying to get out of here. I've been here 5 years. It's too long.
Yeah. Do you graduate in December or walk in August and chill a little bit during the fall?
Yeah, that's the plan, December.
Gotcha.
But we'll see. Yeah.
5 years. It's been quite the journey. Obviously, multiple injuries. Liz Frank, that kept you out of 2017, then 2018 in the 5th game against Washington, you get your knee just wrecked. So emotionally, what is this season like for you as you go into your senior year, anxious to play a full season?
Yeah, I'm anxious, excited, and honestly, out of all the seasons, it's weird, but I feel like this is the one where I feel the least amount of pressure. Just because I've been here, 5 years, I feel comfortable, and honestly, I have nothing to lose now, This is make or break for me after all those injuries, and I'm just gonna go all out and see how it goes. So there's no pressure for me this season.
When do you feel like you'll be 100% both physically, and then there's the always tricky part of trusting your knee 100% with the mental side? So when do you feel like you're going to be 100% in both of those aspects?
That's hard. I ask myself that every day, honestly. When am I going to be 100%? So I don't have an answer for you. I can tell you that. Yesterday I was running routes, nothing too crazy, but pretty smooth, and I feel good with where I'm at. So I'm not trying to focus too much on the future because then I get a little anxious and, there's always doubts and whatnot, but I'm trying to focus on day-to-day and where I'm at now, and I feel good with where I'm at.
Do you feel like in 78 days you'll be close to 100%?
You're really trying to get a number out of me, huh?
I just want to know if you're going to be ready for Utah, baby.
That is the plan. That is the absolute goal. That's my plan. I'm set on being ready for Utah. So,
what kind of role do you expect to play within this revised BYU offense with Zach Wilson as the starting quarterback now?
I think that's to be determined, honestly, because last season, we still have all the same staff, but things have changed. We have Zach, and so we're going to cater to him and his strengths, and so the offense will adjust accordingly as well. And so we'll have to see where we fit in. We have a lot of good tight ends, a lot of good receivers. We just got in a few back. So I think we're still kind of all asking the same thing, and I think we'll find out better during fall camp.
It certainly needs to play itself out, but when I see the opportunity that is having you and Matt Bushman play tight end together, I'm thinking like Chad Lewis, Atulamili 96 type stuff. How do you feel about that tight end tandem and the possibility of what you guys could do this year?
It feels great, honestly, and working with Matt, and not just Matt, the other tight ends, but especially with Matt, you have another tight end who has similar mindset, and we both expect great things out of each other and ourselves. We definitely both expect to be great, and so I think, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for what the season entails, because I think we can do big things. If we can stay healthy, keep our minds focused, I think we can really, really do big things.
BYU senior tight end Moroni Laulu-Pututau with us on BYU Sports Nation. Moroni, 3 of the first 4 games against Power 5 teams, and 3 of those 4 are at home. 4 games against Power 5 to open up. 3 of the 4 at home is what I should say. What has to change for BYU to have great success at home again? Because it's been a few years since you've really dominated on your home field.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we realized that same thing, and we've already started. So what we've decided is we need to have a better offseason. We need everybody to buy in. And so we're already in the process to have a better experience at home, to win at home. And that started with our PRPs, our player run practices, getting together as a group, as an offense, when the coaches aren't there, and everyone buying into the system and just working hard now.
Who's leading the charge in those? Who's the one organizing those in the text groups?
Sorry, say again?
Who's leading the PRPs? Who's running the show and the communications, and then when you're there?
I think it's a good collective group, but I'd say the most outspoken people are probably Tristan, Micah, James Empey's pretty good at it. Matt, Zach, Jaron, whenever they have the chance, Joe Critchlow. So there's a lot of guys. They just take the reins whenever someone else can't. So it's a pretty good collective group.
Moroni, you may have heard, and we've brought it up probably 78 times in the last 16 days, that BYU opens the season against Utah. What do you think about opening the season against a Utah team that many experts think could win the Pac-12?
Honestly, I can tell you guys none of us are even thinking about what they're doing. I bet a lot of us haven't even heard that. This is my first time hearing that. So we're really not focused too much on what they're doing or really care what they're doing, to be honest. We're just focusing on ourselves. So
last year you had to watch that game, and that was a game that obviously BYU is in a great position to win and doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So how has that affected the offseason for you guys, knowing, hey, we get a shot at these guys for the second time in 3 games?
Yeah, a lot of the losses last season were second half losses and so close. You know, the past 2 seasons have been like that. So our big thing this off season has been finish everything, workouts, conditioning. We just have a finishing mindset in the weight room, in meetings, everything. We're just focused on finishing. So I think we've improved a lot in that sense, and I think we'll see it in the season.
You didn't play in spring ball, but how did you get better?
I definitely got better emotionally and mentally, you know, just investing more in myself and be able to do that. And then staying on top of the film and being able to help the younger guys actually helped me internalize and know the offense better and be able to understand my technique better because I had to teach it and help them out. So in that sense, I think I got better.
Moroni, Jeremy and I feel strongly that when you went down, BYU lost a huge part of the run game because you had developed into this great run blocker and pass protector and were a huge part of the offense that way. How have you grown so much as a blocker since Jeff Grimes took over the offense?
I mean, I didn't block before Jeff Grimes took over the offense. It's a 100% turn right there. I mean, before that, it just wasn't really I didn't block. So I knew coming in that I had to pride myself on my blocking or I wasn't going to get on the field. And Coach Grimes and the staff made that, you know, very clear. And so they helped me reach that point. And the technique was different, but it came along.
Give us an idea of what's gone in to your name. Not only your first name, of course, which is unique from the Book of Mormon, fellow Book of Mormon name guy here, okay? But also your last name, because I think, did you make a switch in high school or something?
I did. I was known as Moroni Stephen Lee until my sophomore year of high school.
And what was the cause for the change, and what's the reference?
Yeah, so my biological father was a Lee. He passed away when I was 19. But my stepdad came in, kind of, you know, saved my family. So we decided to take on his name, which was Pututau. But I didn't want to get rid of my mom's name because he's been there since day one, which was Laulu. So we actually went and legally created a new last name and combined the two to Laulu-Pututau. So we're the first generation Laulu-Pututau. There's not another one on Earth.
And Laulu is your mother's maiden name? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Laulu was my mom's maiden name. Pututau is my dad's.
Very nice.
Oh, fantastic backstory there. Moroni, let's talk about some of your teammates. Which of them is surprising you with their individual progress this offseason?
Oh, teammates' progress this offseason. I think as a whole, the offensive lineman is really surprising me just because I always see him out there working and doing extra stuff. Individuals, I really like Lopini Katoa, his work ethic. Talon, you know, he's working hard. He's got a lot going on. He's still real reliable. Matt, you know, he's doing work. And then the new backs are looking good. So there's just a lot, honestly. Everybody's kind of focused. I can say out of all the years, this is one of the most focused groups we've had and bonding groups. So.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't mention either of your brother-in-laws on the team.
Well, their defense, you know, I don't
Yeah.
really.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know we were extending that.
So Trajan and Keenan, you married their older sister, Kira, who used to work here. She's great.
Yeah.
Keenan and Trajan, tell us about your brothers-in-law and how awesome they're going to be.
I think Trajan, you know, this is his year. He's been reliable all 4 years, and this is his senior year, so he's looking to do big things. And then I'm really excited about Keenan, and I won't tell it to him to his face too much, so hopefully he doesn't watch this. But this guy has some talent, man. He has potential to do some big, big things. And whatever his role will be, starter, backup, he will be very reliable, and he's a very talented, good player. So I'm excited for him too.
Are you obligated to be a road roommate with one of those guys, or home roommate?
To be a what? Right?
A road or home roommate in the hotel? Do you have to be with those guys, or can you be with somebody else?
No, I see them enough. I see them every Sunday for dinner. So
Yes.
I can venture off.
Need some space. Yeah, exactly.
That is the correct answer. Moroni, great to talk to you, man. We appreciate the time, and let's give you some more BYU Sports Nation karma for your road to recovery.
And your classes, right? Spring classes there.
And the classes. Thank you, guys.
You got it.